You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy podcast network.
West Ham desperately trying to keep Alkmaar away from their goal, and they've done that. And Pablo Fornals might be able to finish this off, bringing the ball forward. Hits it with his right foot, finds the bottom corner. Pablo Fornals sends West Ham into a first major European final for almost half a century. David Moyes, the manager, cannot contain his delight. He's out there with his substitutes, with his coaching staff, both arms in the air, celebrating the goal, celebrating the win, unbeaten in this competition this season, and they've come here to Alkmaar and beaten them, and they'll be in the final in Prague.
West Ham are massive, everywhere we go.
And we are live.
We'll do it live!
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football. Balls for everyone's taste. Do not adjust your sets, do not adjust your computer screens, your smartphones, your tablets. Yes, we are back, baby. I'm Mike Fish, and I'm joined as always Mr. Alex Middleton. Hello. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, dude? I'm doing great. Is this all-time great we've felt coming into an episode? It's got to be top 3 or 4 at least. Like we're riding high coming into this one, buddy.
I mean, the only thing I can think closer is when either the game where the Giants beat Washington to get into the playoffs, or beating Minnesota. But then it's like we were in the playoffs recently. This is the first time that me and you in our lifetimes ever would experience seeing West Ham United in a European competition final.
What the fuck, dude? Dude, so sick. So sick. I didn't expect it. I was like, we're going to fuck it up. We're going to fuck it up. They always fuck it up, but they didn't fuck it up. They're the opposite of that.
I was sitting in my local alcoholic dispensary establishment, and they had they anyway, I was basically watching it on my phone in the bar. And there was a couple of people, and it's all of a sudden, because I'm like having conversations, not trying to be rude, but I'm, keeping an eye on the game. And then all of a sudden, mid-conversation, I just start flipping out when Fornal scored. I was like, it was like as what Ace Ventura said, I've exorcised the demons. Oh, because you wasn't watching when West Ham. Because this is not our first major final. This is because we made the FA Cup final in 2006. I remember that.
That was before my time as a Hammers supporter. I was didn't know anything about him at the time.
I'm just hoping that we have that heartbreak out of the way. We can now focus on it. But yeah, how have you been?
It really does feel like it was like last year we got so close to like Europa. I know Europa is a bigger deal than Conference League
because it was last year.
Yeah, no, I mean it does, but it's like that team there. It's like we have a large part of that nucleus of the same team that got there and fell short in the semis, and it's like we were that close. I feel like obviously the competition's a little bit easier this year in the Conference League, but it's cool because you can see all of those guys that went that far into Europa. Like they're the guys that are contributing. They're the Fornals, all of them, like Rice, obviously, but they're the guys that are contributing and that are getting them as far as we've gotten. And like we are one game away, man. Fucking sick.
I did see on my Facebook memories, which again, as I always say, that's pretty much the only reason I use Facebook is just, this will be useful to know what happened. We type it down. 2 years ago, on this very day in West Ham history, they secured the Europa League spot. on the last day of the season when I was in
What
Aruba.
day that was.
And I was looking at the picture that West Ham put out, and it was like, I was shocked, even though it was only 2 years ago. I was shocked at how many people were still there. There was obviously a couple like, was it Balbuena, Yarmolenko, that aren't there anymore. But other than that, it's a good core.
But the main starters are still in like I mean, Noble's not there, but Noble is kind of there. The main group of like starters from that team are still there, and that's kind of like that was why we've been shitting on them all season. Been like, guys, we saw you the last 2 years with these guys. Now you have other guys too that should be better, and we're not getting it done. And it's like I feel like with the lead, and like we're riding high off going to a final, and then all right, we got leads. Yeah, like we have to kind of have like a massive meltdown. They had just a million goals. Like we were safe, but we weren't safe. And it was like, okay, we're down 1-0. Damn it. This is going to be same old West Ham. We're just going to mail it in. All we care about is the Conference League. And then we're like, oh, fuck you guys. Watch us. We're just going to rail off 3 goals. I get it was against Leeds, but it was like, now we're 100% safe. We officially are secured. We don't have to go in the last 2 weeks being like, if we could just get a draw here. Like, we did what we had to do. And it's like, we're figuring it out at the right time. And that's got to bode well for the final coming up here in a couple weeks.
Well, Leeds' problems was they played us at the wrong time because obviously, was it Brentford, where that was the game where we just didn't give a shit.
That was the throwaway game. That was basically like, all right, y'all can take this. We're resting up. We got a bigger fish to fry later on this week.
Whereas now we're kind of, we've got 2.5 weeks left until the final. Fuck it. Let's send these Midlandians down.
Is that going to be like after the Premier League season? We're going to have our last game. Is that going to be our last game, and then that following Thursday will be the final?
No, if I'm correct in thinking, so the last game of the season is this Sunday.
No,
and then I believe
we have one more, don't we?
No.
Oh shit.
We have played. Now you're doubting myself. Yeah, this is it. We've got one more game left.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought we had 2. We do.
So that's next
Premier League
Sunday, and then let me just double check because I think the weekend after that. Yes, then Saturday after is the FA Cup final with Man City versus Man United, and then the Europa Conference League final on Wednesday. I want to say
Thursday. I think.
Was it Thursday?
Oh, Wednesday. It is week. Damn. No. I'll figure it out.
Well, at least it's not like you do anything important during the day on Wednesdays.
I may have to move that podcast up that week.
Spaghetti-o. Oh, no, never mind.
We may have to do a Monday episode.
Whatever works. But that's so Wednesday. Wait, that's Wednesday, June 7th. When is the Europa League final?
Who gives a shit? All that matters is the Conference League, really. Like I don't even know why people are talking about the Champions League. What it's Fiorentina
the Europa League
West Ham.
final.
It's historic.
Next Wednesday, May 31st. But yes, I'm already preparing myself because I think on that Wednesday I shall be marching into New York City and going to the Smithfield Hall, be surrounded by my West Ham brethren.
Yeah, that's a good one. I want to be watching that with people. I'm fucking pissed it's on Wednesday, but I can make it happen. I'm glad I found that out now. It's just all the games are on Thursdays. You can't just change it up randomly.
Yeah, I just assumed it would be like they would put them all together. I guess like the Champions League final, I think is on a Sunday, so I figured maybe one would be on a Saturday and one, I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, fun fact then, Europa Conference League final.
How about that? But we're in it.
Wednesday. June 7th. It just seems so far away though.
It does.
I'm kind of like, I wait. No.
I feel like that's the weirdest part about like all the Premier League is the only thing to me that makes the most sense. And I get that there's like cups and everything else, but it's just like, oh, this week we're in the fucking cup play. And then now we're back into Conference League. So we're going to play a couple of these games. And then, oh, shit, we're going to take off 6 weeks. And then we're going to have an international break in between all that. And it's just like, it just randomly happens. Like, we're going to play back-to-back Thursdays, though. So just chill out. Okay, now we're going to have 2 weeks off. Then we're going to play another back-to-back Thursdays. Now we're going to have 2 more weeks off. We're just going to play 1 game. Go. Just random.
Yeah, today felt a little bit empty because they've been trying to fit it all in the fixtures before the final day. It's felt like, it hasn't, but it's felt like there's been like Premier League football on like every day.
That's true. At least I
So
think
today I
every
was like,
Monday,
ooh.
and then
Okay.
there's always been a Monday game, I feel like, and then you're just like, fuck, I want more. And we're used to Champions League on Tuesdays.
So there you go. West Ham and Man City propping up England's hopes.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
The good thing is because all 3 European competitions have Italian teams in, and so my landlady is Italian, so I made sure, like, before I start talking shit, I was like, "What are your thoughts on Fiorentina?" She's like, "Oh, I don't like them." Good. Okay, we're good.
Good. They can fuck off. Dude, what I thought was cool is that Roma won the Conference League last year and is going to the Europa League final this year. And how crazy would it be if they won that to get in to the Champions League, and the next year they somehow won the Champions League? That would be nuts.
That's good.
And then we did the exact same thing in successive years.
Brand new.
So we would also do that, and then we'll keep the trend
follow
going.
them.
It's like whoever wins that wins the next year, and then the next year. And we're gonna have 3 trophies, which will be sick.
3 are better than 1.
And we'll always be like middling around, like maybe get relegated, but like we're just fucking fighting in all the competitions. Like for some reason we can just ball out there, but like everywhere else, like we'll struggle until the last couple weeks.
Oh, if we win European competition every year, I'll struggle through a year where we finish like 15th. I'll take that.
I think most people wouldn't they? Like if you would, like, if there's anything you would rather win, would you rather win the Premier League or the Champions League? It's the Champions League, right?
So we've never won the Premier League, so I'd like to win that.
Because if you win the Champions League, you can be like, fuck y'all. It doesn't matter. We beat everybody.
Yeah, we're not worried about being the best in England. We're the best in Europe.
Yeah, which last I checked, England is in Europe, so therefore you're still better.
Can't argue with that facts. Can't argue with the facts. One thing, I guess, before we go, Declan Rice. Everyone's talking about, Declan Rice. Oh, this is going to be his last home game for West Ham, and yada 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 yada. What if we just fuck around and we win the Europa League or Europa Conference League, and then he looks at his options?
I like where you go.
Word on the street is that we would only accept an offer from a Champions League club.
Arsenal is the big one I've seen. Is Man United champions right now?
Yeah, Arsenal.
So
he's not
that
going to
is the 2 that I've seen him linked to the most.
Because again, if we win the Europa Conference League, he can either stay with us to play in Europe or go to Chelsea and not play in Europe.
Right.
So that'd be dumb. Liverpool, best case scenario, they're going to be in the Europa League, which
that's what it looks like. The Conference League
will be in the Europa League. So again, sideways move. What's the point?
They would have to have Man United lose and then them have goal differential right now. And they would have to tie them. So like Man U needs to lose. They need to win this Sunday.
No, it's not against the...
I mean, it's possible, but like, yeah, like very, very likely it is that like Liverpool could be looking out of the Champions League. And so like Arsenal and United are 2 of the 4 Champions League teams that I've seen him linked to. So those are definitely teams that would do that. But like one, I think you just be a dick and you just be like, all right, like I want $10 billion for Declan Rice. Like let's make him the highest transfer ever in the Premier League. He is the best midfielder in the Premier League, is he not?
Well, defensive midfielder, yeah, definitely.
Like I mean, like when you look at his stats every single time, his like percentages are just like off the charts. When you look at like second place, it's just like not even close in the league. Like, Declan Rice is definitely the best at that position, and there's no like fucking pay a king's ransom for him. Make him pay out the fucking ass. And that's like, I know Arsenal and United easily could, but fuck him, dude. Like, just stay another year, Deck. Stay another year. Run it back. They're hitting their stride right now. He seems happy. On the outside looking in, he seems happy. He's not bitching about anything. Like, I know that, like, I feel like they ask him about that all the time. He's just like, he mentions how happy he is there. He's never like leading to speculation that he wants out. It's all just rumors that like reporters put out there. But there's never been anything I've seen Declan say where it's like, I fucking am unhappy at West Ham. Like, he was unhappy when we were losing. Obviously, he was frustrated about the losses, but he wasn't frustrated at West Ham. And unless he wants out, and I get it. Like, yeah, you go to Arsenal. Arsenal seems like they may be priming up for another run at a championship next year. But that would, I guess, would be the best bet, I would imagine. Man U's going to have to do such a big overhaul with what they're trying to do now. That's like a whole process. And like West Ham could easily, in theory, like they could be right back to where they were last year, where they're like in the top 10 competing for those European spots. And it's like, do you want to go through whatever Man U is about to have to do, or do you want to ride out with like the same guys you got?
I mean, and if someone sits down, here's where I've been thinking about this. If someone actually sits down with Deck, because what is he, 24 at the moment? So
yeah, he's like a child. It's crazy because he's been around for so long. It feels like.
So yeah, we have so he has one more year left on his contract, but then we have an option to extend. So basically he has a 2-year contract with us.
Right.
And I would argue, once everything comes out in the wash, I think probably best case scenario, we'd be looking at getting about 90 million with, the fee plus some little add-ons and shit like that. I reckon it'll be around about 90 million, all be told, if we was to sell him in the summer. Now, I would argue, with the way things are going, and again, a lot of this is pivotal on us winning the Conference League.
Right.
Then we're in Europe again next year. One could argue that the extra money West Ham would earn through competitions and TV right and all that shit by having Declan Rice in the team.
Declan Rice, I like that.
You could make the argument that that's worth more than the fee that we would get for him. If you're seeing where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
So they could sit down, look, hey, by the end of your contract, you'll be 26, probably still got another 8, if not 10 years in your prime.
Yeah.
In your position. Stay here for 2 more years. If we're in a Champions League, we'll negotiate a new contract maybe. But if we're not, you go for a free, and because the club doesn't have to spend money on you, you're going to make bank on your salary. So it's a win-win. That's what
While you're here, we might as well win some more trophies, And then maybe we're winning so many trophies. He's like, why ever leave? I can be the Jamie Vardy that brought them, which is a bad reference now because they're very likely going down. But like Jamie Vardy was Leicester, and when you thought about Leicester, that's all you thought about because they won the league one year, and he was the guy that kind of like brought him up from nothing. He was their superstar. West Ham was a very middling team, and then Declan kind of came up, took over from Noble as the captain. It's a fun little story to have. So maybe we keep staying around in Europe. Eventually, we get the Champions League.
To leave after. I mean, technically, he was captain last year, but he was vice captain officially. But after 1 year of being a captain, to leave after that, come on, buddy.
Yeah, just stick around, bro.
Right. But yeah, West Ham, they're feeling confident. They're feeling lucky.
It's just the best I felt about them, man. Like when we qualified for,
get some women to blow on the dice for luck, roll them.
Right.
Because then by the time his actual contract runs out, or not even that, so by the time he has 1 year left of his contract, we could potentially, if we win the Europa League, a lot of things have to happen. But again,
then
we're in the Champions League, then suddenly,
who else is in the Champions League? Other teams.
You want to go You want to play for a Champions League team? What? We're a Champions League team now? What?
It's crazy. You're at one.
That? What? That's so crazy.
You built this team now.
So you know what? Depending, because obviously you don't know the background, but from, like I say, from everything he says and everything you hear, he doesn't seem like he's upset. He doesn't seem like he's pushing to leave, and the fact that everything's coming out is saying that, hey, West Ham are willing to listen to offers, but it has to be from a Champions League team. We're not selling to anyone else. Maybe we fuck around and say, okay, we'll keep him 1 year.
I mean,
yes, we'll get less money for next year, but whatever.
If we win that conference league, obviously, and secure Europe, because like we're fucked. Like he's gone if we don't secure Europa. I feel like that's the way it seems, at least.
Any slim chance
we
of us
win
keeping
one game
every year is pivotal on this Conference League final. If we lose, he's 100% gone.
So I want to say, where is Fiorentina? Because I feel like they're in the same kind of predicament as us, where
in Serie A.
Yeah, like where they're like not gonna be in Europe next year if they don't win this. So like ideally, they would have had a good season, but I feel like I haven't heard anything about them. Where are they? They are 11th.
11th. And I believe, if I'm correct, only one less team goes into Europe from Italy.
Oh, really? Only 3 teams go?
No, so 4 going to Champions League like us, but they only get 1 Europa League spot for some reason, where we get 2. So at the moment, as it stands, Juventus aren't going to be in Europe next year.
Well, they're in Conference League.
I mean, they've got 2 games to go, so they could do it. But it's fine. They got deducted 10 points. Whoops.
Oh, yeah, for cheating, right?
Something. I don't know. I didn't read. I just laughed.
Crazy. Juventus cheating? Not that. Maybe but yeah, dude.
Could you imagine that with the financial bullshit they've got going on? Imagine if they just said, we're not going to do anything, but you start next year on minus 50 points.
That would be wild.
Although
then Juventus would probably just spend all their money on like other guys, and then be like, "We're going to win it."
How depressing is that? Because I just tried to think of a bigger number that might impact them. If they deducted Man City 50 points, there would be 2 points behind us with a game in hand.
Fuck. Yeah. See, like, I mean, like, I get it. Soccer's cool, but like, it's just like there's no parity when you look at like Bayern wins every year in the German league, and they're like, "Oh, that's one of the strongest leagues." And like Italy, I feel like it kind of exchanges, but Juventus went on like an 8-year run there.
Spain, another one,
league,
boring as fuck.
Spain, there's 3 teams that are gonna win it every year. France, it's PSG, and then occasionally somebody upsets them, but that really rarely happens. In our league, it's like, all right, City's going to win it unless there's a random team that's going to kind of pop up. But like, we know that handful of teams. It's Arsenal, it's Chelsea, it's Man United, it's City, it's Liverpool. And like, those are the ones that are going to be up there. And like, it's just like, there's not a lot of like hope when like a lot of times we like a championship, we're just not going to get that probably. Where you're like with the Giants, and like I can tell myself how the Giants can win that because that changes every year. We don't have sheiks that can just go out and buy all of the shit.
I'm surprised that they haven't got into that because fuck it, NFL, money's money, baby.
Right,
money.
You'd think, but I guess the salary cap prevents that.
Salary cap, it's a fraud of a system, if you ask me. Or as we say in these neck of the woods, it's fugazi.
Fugazi.
That's
pretty much like, what else do we got? What do we got now? Like, we're sitting pretty. Oh, there we go. Lucid Illusion. Just hanging out with them a couple weeks ago at BuzzFest.
Check out Lucid Illusion. Something new. Album available now on Spotify and probably other platforms, but
everywhere.
Apple Music. Napster, MySpace.
Not Napster. Don't do Napster. I think Napster went legal, so maybe do Napster then.
Amazon Music. Where is Napster now?
All of
Anyway,
those.
Napster.
Maybe it went away.
No, I think it's just it's become like a Spotify thing right now. Look at $11 a month.
I just can't get rid of the nostalgia. I need Napster.
Their tagline is Napster, music from every angle. What the fuck does that even mean?
All the musics.
Every angle.
Yeah. Any angle you want, they got it.
Anyway, let's do a quick joke.
All right.
Alex O's not here. What the fuck? Time for this week's joke of the week.
The joke of the day.
Joke of the day, whatever. Even though I only do it once a week, I really should change that.
Well, I mean, the joke of the day today.
Joke of the day today. Oh, Alex! Oh my God, Alex! Did you hear the horrific story of the hipster that burnt himself drinking his caffeinated beverage the other day?
I didn't hear that, Mike. Tell me about it.
Well, he was drinking coffee before it was cool.
The joke of the day.
You're going to use that one. I can say.
I'm
I
not
can
gonna
see
use
your
that
face.
one.
You are going to use that
I'm
one.
gonna use that one. Sometimes the little outro you play is worse than the joke itself. Where I just sit there and be like, "Damn it! All right, it was a joke."
I was going to.
Alex O would like that one.
I was going to add a little like canned laughter from a sitcom, but I figured no, doing the jingle all over again is way more awkward. So I'm just going to keep doing that.
Just sit in it. Just sit in it a little bit.
Drink it in. Yes, look ahead this weekend, I should say. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right. So we've got West Ham are playing Leicester City. Obviously, the way things stand right now, Leicester desperately needs a win.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about, we should rest our players. We should rest our players. I'm not in that school of thought because the Europa Conference League final is a week and a half after the final game of the season.
Yeah.
So I think resting, that's too much rest. I would say it's too much rest. I would maybe if anything, maybe do 4 or 5 changes and then have 4 or 5 on the bench and kind of do some rotation so everyone gets a little bit of a
maybe let Rice
run around,
take some rest a little bit. Rest him
up.
I
would. I mean, it's not guaranteed. Obviously, it's not.
Your dad would love this. Flynn Downs, give him some playing time. Give him a little PT.
My phone would be
good to see him in
WhatsApp
action.
would be blowing up if that happened. But yeah, I would say go fucking balls to the wall, and then even though it's if we try to get a couple of goals in, and then start taking people off. That's what I would do.
That's what I would do. This is a nice spot to be in where it's I don't really care what happens. We have never in our lives, like you said at the beginning, had a game after the Premier League season to be oh, well, don't worry. We got one more. Still got one more left.
In 2006, we did. We had the FA
yeah.
Cup final.
But that's different. That was still kind of Premier League related.
But let's because they're all hamming up this first European final in 47 years. But I'm pretty sure, I just want to check my knowledge. I'm pretty sure we lost that game.
Is it Fulham?
Correct. Where is it? European. Yeah, we were runners-up in 1976, where we lost to Anderlecht, our old friends from Europa League last year, which we beat. So the last time we won a European competition was 1965, where we beat 1860 Munich.
That was during the Nazis.
That's when 65. There was probably still some
pretty
Nazis
open
hanging
to
around there.
Still,
it's only
still
20
pretty
years
open
after the
to
war.
Yeah, they were sympathizers at least.
I saw some people like try to count because there was a thing called the Intertoto Cup, which we won in 1999. But that was basically it's like a pre-season, if I remember correctly, pre-season tournament, and there was officially 3 winners that year. So like, no, I'm not counting that.
We've won multiple Betway Cups. Let's not forget that.
I wonder if they put that on the Wikipedia. That'd be hilarious if we put Betway
preseason cup where nobody that plays.
Damn it! No, we didn't.
Good.
Yeah. So we're thinking go Guns Blazers. Do you think? Right. Let's kind of encompass this. I know we're West Ham, but obviously the big games this weekend is the relegation by Everton, Leicester, and Leeds. I'm kind of torn, like Natalie and Imbruglia, where I don't want to lose to Leicester. Oh, wait, no, wait. No, we don't have to. Wait. No, I'm fucking. Because I'm moving on. Table. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so we can beat Leicester. I want Everton to lose their game as well. Who are they playing?
Because it'd be funny if Everton had to open their new stadium in the championship.
It'd be hilarious, right?
Right.
They're playing
That'd
Bournemouth.
be super embarrassing. Yeah, they get Bournemouth, which is already there. Ooh, that's a relegation battle, huh? No, they're safe.
Bournemouth is safe.
Bournemouth is safe. So Bournemouth probably won't care.
But Everton are. But so because in an ideal situation, just to fuck shit up, just so things
Leeds
are different.
to beat Tottenham.
I want Leeds to beat Tottenham, Everton to lose to Bournemouth. We beat Leicester. And then Everton and Leicester both get relegated. That'd be hilarious.
I hope Southampton just wins just because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, why not? Who are they playing?
They're playing Liverpool.
Yeah,
so they won't. They're not just to ruin Liverpool's day.
No, but wouldn't that be funny, though? Liverpool need to win to get into the Champions League and then lose to relegated Southampton.
That's one less team to go after Rice. So, yeah, let's kind of hope for that.
But either way, because if Liverpool get in and Manchester United don't, because rumor had it Manchester United were talking about Rice as well.
Yeah.
But if we do lose Rice
it'd be
year,
interesting.
I'm loving the fact that even though it's just rumors and it's probably nothing's happening, because I'm sure West Ham are probably not even interested in listening to anything until after the Europa Conference League final. They don't want to start fucking shit up, right? So I'm sure nothing's been made official. But if the rumor mill is true, and you have Arsenal, Man United, potentially Liverpool as well. If we do lose him, that's just bring it on. More teams fight for him, and then the price goes.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good point.
But then it's whenever, because this is the problem that who is it? Aston Villa had when they sold cunt rag Jack Grealish for 100 million. All of a sudden, when they try to replace them, all the teams were like, "Oh wait, did we say we wanted 30 million for this player? No, maybe we want 50 million."
Yeah, then we know you got some cash.
So. But you know what? I don't. You know what? Yes, of course, Rice is a very pivotal part of our team. But you know what? I don't think it's going to be as bad as some people fear if we do lose him. I don't think we're going to crumble. I don't think we're going to Thanos snap and fade away. Oh, we're
Hopefully not. We better not.
This is when Flynn Down steps in.
I'm looking at the championship playoffs, and I did not realize that it's going to be Coventry or Luton Town. Is that how
I'm
Luton
so
Town?
hyped for that.
Who the fuck cares about either of those teams?
No, exactly. Like someone different. I was so like annoyed when
any of them.
Burnley came back up against. Ugh, same old shit.
Sheffield's kind of cool.
Sheffield United, they haven't been up for a little while, but yeah, just
Middlesbrough just sounds like a Premier League team. That sounded cooler. Sunderland would have been cool.
Sunderland, they've been in it, but I don't think Luton have ever been in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure Coventry. When did Coventry go down? I'm not looking it up because it's going to take me too long. It's not going to be terrible good content. But I remember Coventry being up at some point. So yes, it's just something new. Like, ooh, I haven't heard of that team for a while in the Premier League.
The Luton Town Hatters. They're the Hatters. That's their name.
You have to pronounce them with 2 O's.
Luton Town.
Luton. Not
Coventry's mascot. They are the Sky Blues or the Singers. Are you serious? The fucking Hatters or the Singers? That's gonna be who we got. It's fucking dumb. I don't want them. I hope they both lose.
At least we're like hammers, irons.
Yeah, we have 2 cool names.
Like, oh, what should we? What should our nickname be? Oh, what color kits do we wear? Sky blue. Boom, that'll do.
Hey, yeah, who's the Magpies? Like, that's a stupid name. I know it's a bird, but like,
that's Newcastle
dumb.
Magpies.
Seagulls. That's kind of cool, just because.
Brighton.
Yeah, it's just like it makes sense. They're on the beach.
Oh, if you ever go to Brighton, so many seagulls.
On holiday.
So many seagulls.
But like, I think like a lot of people are just lazy. Like, is it Liverpool's the Reds, and then Chelsea's the Blues.
Now, why the fuck are Man United the Red Devils?
Isn't Burnley's just the Clarets? Like, real cool. We just need ourselves their color. Losers.
Best Premier League.
The Potters, right? That's a team. This is fun. This is a fun bit we're just doing. The Crystal Palace Eagles, Fulhams.
Wait, so apparently, according to Bleacher Report of this article I've just managed to pull up from 2012, where they were ranking teams' nicknames, they put Wigan at 20th because their nickname's the Latics. I don't even know what a Latic is, but they ranked Chelsea, the Blues, higher than that. No. I reject the Swans. That's pretty cool.
Bournemouth is the Cherries, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool sounding.
Yeah, because it reminds you of Vegas and the slot machines. Oh, I got 4 cherries. I won some money. Well, Aston Villa, their nickname, Villa.
Ooh, problematic Leeds is the Whites. Maybe they do need to go down.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, seen yelling that out of context.
Let's go Whites. Or is it come on you Whites? Where's Fulham? Fulham could be the Whites too.
Sunderland, if they ever came back up, the Black Cats. That's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
that was a cool one.
Norwich, the Canaries. That's a terrible nickname. Why would you name your team after a bird that's just people only get canaries so they can find out whether they can breathe in a coal mine? Oh, after canary dies, we exit.
Fulham, the Cottagers.
Why would you name yourself that? The Cottagers?
Yeah, the Cottagers.
That sounds
I mean, England fucking sucks at coming up with team names. That's all I'm going to say. Not the best.
Cottagers sounds like some kind of
Cottagers.
Lewd act that you would do with friends in a car park.
Yeah, we're just a couple cottagers. Just cottaging away, boys.
Now our kids have flown and coop. We like to go on the cottaging website and meet up with some new and exciting people.
Swinging.
By the way, Sam Adams Summer Ale is not my favorite beer, I'm finding out.
You're learning that today.
It was one of those situations, you know, when like you invite people around and they bring beer and then they fuck off.
Oh,
and
is
they
it
leave you.
leftover? Yeah.
So it's free beer, so I'm not. But it's because you're more of it's a citrus wheat beer. That sounds like something you enjoy. You seem like a citrus wheat kind of guy.
I might be. I drink Southern Star, buddy. I don't know about this Sam Adams crap that
It's
you
Boston.
Northerners drink.
I'm not spending money on a
Bostoners.
Boston beer. If I ever did come down to Houston, does Southern Star do like a boring beer? Like, do they have like a Pilsner?
Yeah, they got all kinds of good stuff. Sound very base. Southern Star Brewing Company.
I need to be like slowly brought into the fold. I can't just go straight in with some strawberry whiz IPA. Like,
No, they got the dark ones. Like they'll get you something that's basically like a Guinness for you. Start off with that, you'll feel it right at home. And you can try out the other stuff.
See, I'm not a big fan of drinking dark stouty beers at a brewery because for me, my personal taste is I feel like once you're on a stout, it's hard. Once you go stout, it's hard to get out.
That's what I always hear people say.
Because once you like now, after that, if you drink like a lighter beer, it just tastes like shit. So okay, I might put out a t-shirt. Once you go stout, you'll never pull out.
Can't get out.
There we go. Just put that on there. Like never pull
That's
out, because
perfect,
then you'll get like the 40-year-old guys who have like sense of humor of a 12-year-old, and they'll be like, huh, huh. See, it says pull out, and they'll love it.
Get it.
Oh, hello. Alex O's awake. When do you come to Houston, Mike? When I get some more money in the bank, I guess.
Yeah. That money stuff always
get that money. Cool. But yeah, I guess I don't want to talk too much more about the Europa because obviously I guess that'll be next week. Next week's big feature present. Well, even no, because technically
2 weeks.
Well, no, because we won't be doing a show in 2 weeks on Tuesday because you'll be doing Paths Gravy on Tuesday.
We can do it Monday.
We'll do it Monday. All right, cool. Well, we'll talk about us destroying Leicester and sending them back down to the championship. That'll be
What we got about Waffle Box tomorrow? What are we talking about on Waffle Box, Mike?
Woo! So you know how dogs are a man's best friend?
Mm-hmm. I know that all too well.
I found a story where one drunk fella tried to take advantage of that friendship a little bit too much to try to get away with some crimes. I'll leave you with that. And then we talk about the Martha Stewart controversy. My gosh. She's in Sports Illustrated. We talk about that and then other stuff. Kush reviews Fast X Part 1, which we found. I just only found it out like moments before
it's part one
the podcast, where it's like it's a part 1. He said there's going to be at least 2 parts, if not a third part. Like what?
There's 10. There's 10 of them. Just make another movie.
Just make it Fast 11 or something.
Just make it Fast 11. Yeah. Why would it not? Like, there's 10 parts already. Episode 10, Part 1. Okay.
Well, the whole numbers. If you go, it's Fast and the Furious. It's 2 Fast, 2 Furious, and then Fast and the Furious.
It should have been Fast 10 Your Seatbelts. It was exactly what it should have been, and it's a fucking huge opportunity that they missed.
And if you do listen to Waffle Box tomorrow, you will hear me give Alex a shout out for his genius idea of calling it Fast 10 Your Seatbelts. There we go, Fast 10 Your Seatbelts. Oh, I was getting a haircut. Now I look fabulous.
Bet you do, buddy. I bet you do.
Also, so if you are listening to this, maybe on demand or whatever, Waffle Box is celebrating 100 episodes next week.
Oh.
And to celebrate that, we was doing a $100 giveaway.
Whoa.
We're on episodes 97, 98, and 99. We dropped special keywords, and then you're able to enter all 3 words into an email and go into a prize draw, and you could win a $100 Amazon gift card. So if you haven't already done so, spend the next 8 days listening to 97, 98, and 99, which comes out tomorrow, get those winning words. You could be $100 richer. Amazon gift card. I think
Sounds
Amazon
like a good deal to me.
I'm not Venmoing or Zelling strangers. But yeah, check that out. New episode of Waffle Box drops in 5 hours and 15 minutes as we speak live. If you are listening to this on demand, could be already out.
It's out now.
It might be out now. Check it. Go to Wafflebox.
Go look.
Enjoy wafflebox.com. Past the Gravy episode 5417 comes out tomorrow.
Exactly.
What have fine folks of the Gravy Gang got to look forward to on that?
Lots of killer whales, killing birds. Those are back. We're gonna talk about them. Water parks. I went to a water park this past weekend, so water parks are very much hip to me. I'm gonna give you some TV show ideas that I came up with, and we're gonna talk a little bit about psychics, and then tell you guys what's not cool and answer some questions.
Oh, that reminds
Past the Gravy Pod.
Check that out at Past the Gravy Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Little teaser taster while we was talking about the ridiculousness of the Fast and Furious franchise. Word on the street is Vin Diesel says he's already working on more spin-off movies.
Oh, good.
So I started to come up with ideas of like merge. You know, we got like Alien versus Predator, Freddy versus Jason.
Fast.
One of the ideas, you have to listen to the show at Wafflebox Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Comes out in 5 hours and 13 minutes now. One of my ideas was Vin Diesel versus David Hasselhoff. Imagine if Knight Rider with Kit comes into a Fast and Furious. Oh.
That'd be sick.
Vin Diesel is coming out with a movie called Family.
All in the family.
Or
Archie Bunker.
Michael J. Fox makes an appearance. Family Ties reboot with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I like that. Teen Wolf again. Run it back.
I could see Vin Diesel doing a werewolf movie.
I'm a
also,
werewolf.
by the way, shout out if you need recommendations, you haven't seen it already. On I think it's Apple TV Plus. I think the Michael J. Fox documentary. If you haven't seen that, it's very good. Check that shit out. It's very well done. Like the way I won't spoil anything, but they've used.
Don't spoil it.
Like while he's telling his story, they've kind of like rejiggered scenes from movies he's done and to make it look like it's it's very good. I'm not doing it justice. Check it out. It's called Still. Still. Still, the Michael J. Fox story. Apple TV Plus. And then also get excited because today HBO Max become Max. And to celebrate launching Max, they decided to crash the platform, which is awesome.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah. Because it was like the mashup of HBO Max and Discovery Plus, those apparently, from what I'm seeing, those lucky enough to actually log into their Max account, there was no Discovery Plus information. So it's like it's a shit show over there. So have fun with that. And it's annoying because I'm still trying to catch up with Succession. Now I have to wait until they fix it.
Just the family, that guy's asshole, whoever it is that you were thinking of, he's an asshole and does something probably bad.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for
that sums up that episode.
For the story arc, and then suddenly that at the end of the last episode, they just give all their money to charity and they run off into daisy fields holding hands, like Little House on the Prairie.
Very perfect.
Yeah, that's enough of that nonsense. If you quite frankly ask me. So yeah, check that out at CBB Pod. That's us. So follow that at Wafflebox Pod at Past the Gravy Pod. Check those out. New episode of Wafflebox comes out in 5 hours, 10 minutes now. Set your alarm clocks. And then also follow this guy, this joker over here, Alex J. Middleton, because you know he's doing a lot of shit. He's now in the big leagues. He's got some more. He's now doing 68 podcasts a week.
68. Not quite 69. That's the dream, though.
Anyway, until next week, follow Bobby McFunderwaffles as well. Sure.
Alex McThunder1 on Twitter.
Do it. Make it so. As Patrick Stewart would once say. But until next week, of course, don't forget.
Seahorses forever.
We'll 100% definitely see you next Tuesday.
Are you looking for...
That's the wrong fucking video. Why is that even there? Jesus Christ. Anyway, until next week.
See you guys later.
See you, bye.
Hey, let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown.
Can't hear shit.
Never mind.